Yo, everybody, what's going on? Oh, Jesus Christ, look at everybody. What's up, Ms. Roy, Eva, Satellite, Dave, Art Dominic, Arcane, Ms. Roy, Mistralian. Hi, hello, hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. I was just trying to do this thing before we started. I have never in my life been able to do magic eye pictures, and I still can't. So even though I know exactly what the principle is, I can't do it. I can see it, but I have no idea what it's supposed to be. You checking out SteamWorld Heist 2? No, tonight is the Power Hours. We're playing old games tonight. That's what we're doing. I actually never played SteamWorld Heist 1, so I'm definitely gonna do that first. Let me catch up on chat while we're here. Camera suggestion: remove Oddish entirely, replacing the magic eye in the corner. Eva's suggestions are always just remove Oddish entirely. Needs to be more subtle than that. Why is your VTuber avatar a schooner? Yeah, I don't know what this is. There'll be more of them later, as you can see down below. I believe they'll explain what they all are at some point. I had 3 or 4 Magic Eye stereoscopy books growing up. Taught yourself how to do it. Did take a while to learn. They're all dicks. I haven't found a Magic Eye yet. There wasn't. They say that people see what they want to see. Or a repeating bunch of green-eyed, red-haired girls. What's up, man? I could see you. That's not. I know that's not what you meant. But yeah, I think I need to play the first SteamWorld Heist before I check out the second. I can do them, could do them. Not even gonna try this one at this size. So. Zooming on mobile help, I'm sure. I gotta see a white bald guy. Might be Mario, just his head. Maybe like the intro to Mario 64 or something. Yeah, hi everybody, hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. My day today was filled with chores and productivity. I was straightening up the garage, doing laundry, doing stuff around the house. I made myself dinner. I made myself chicken fajitas, and they were quite good. Entirely possible I ate too many, though. Because when you make a bunch of food for yourself, you don't really have a good measure for how much of it you should eat or when you should stop. Just his head, oh my god, it's the murder of Mario the Plumber. Did think it might be Mario or Bowser, but second guess yourself. 20 is probably too many. Okay, well, I need you to remind me of that next time. But yeah, I had a little bit of time to play games. Actually, a fair bit of time to play games. I played a lot of Black Skylands. It's very... Y'all have played tiny build games, right? I feel like tiny build games have a type where it's like really mechanically dense top-down pixel game. And Black Skylands fits that mold perfectly. Like, there's a shit ton of stuff to do. It's all very pretty and very detailed. But then, every time you get to a new island, you're kind of doing like the same thing over and over again. Finished Sinking City. How was it in the final analysis? And Eve Alert, Jesus Christ! Oh my lord. Help yourselves, chat. There is no aid I can offer you. I am such a trendsetter that I burnt my tongue. I drank coffee before it was cool. Oh my god. Has a story, very cool Lovecraft story, understands the setting, incorporates parts, it's the original plot. Gameplay is repetitive and boring, combat is bland. I gotcha. It's a shame. It's always a shame when a game can only manage one but not the other. But if the story is interesting, has no reason to be open world, really, that tends to happen. I think that happens more and more, is that you get open world games that are just kind of devoid of points of interest or things to do, and you realize pretty quickly they didn't really need to be open world at all. It would really help them to be more, like, tighter, more focused. Why am I here? I need to try the impossibility of catching up my sleep debt. Good night, Naughty Jeff. You too, Australian. Thanks for dropping by. It was good to see you. Probably gonna play some Shining the Holy Ark tonight. Sega Saturn Dungeon Crawler. It's very neat. Cool thing where its encounters work like Chrono Trigger. There's little mini cutscenes. This one cutscenes double as mini QTEs. You can figure out where an enemy is gonna ambush you from. Oh, that's neat. That's pretty cool. Gives you a little something additional to do when battle commences, huh? Yeah. I watched a couple videos. I watched a really neat video talking about Remedy's game. The Alan Wake's, Quantum Break, and Control. I really like Alan Wake, but I haven't played any of the other games. I never finished American Nightmare. I haven't played Quantum Break or Control or Alan Wake 2 at this point. So that's something on my long list to get to someday. Because the video is about how detail oriented they are, how many excellent little touches there are that make the shared universe between them feel more complete. Say anything about a possible sequel of Quantum Break? I have the game novelization I enjoy a lot. No, it was talking about the existing game. And the details in them and the relationships between them and whatnot. Basically, the entire game, including all cutscenes, take place in an unbroken first-person perspective of your character. Kind of rare for that gen. Yeah, I would think so. Sega Saturn? Yeah, that seems kind of early for something like that. I also watched a video about there was a channel whose name I already forgot. That's doing like their own little creepypasta thing using Fallout New Vegas and stuff they supposedly discovered outside the bounds of the game. Want to break the game that was also supposed to have a TV show? Yes. Yeah, I mean, if you go and look, I went and looked at all their store pages before the stream tonight. And Quantum Break advertises itself as that, like part video game, part live TV experience or something. Hybrid of a very fast-paced cover shooter and FMV game paced like a TV show. The one I'm really interested in is Control. I never really paid any attention to it. I didn't even realize until later, much later after its release, that it was a Remedy game. But the little snippets of it that I saw in this video made me very interested. I enjoyed TV show of it a lot, and then again, I already said I'm a fan, yeah. Not a hard sell for you, is it? You play more of Control, what little you tried was cool. It might be the best SCP game. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. I had no idea, but the video I watched clued me into that, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, actually. Because I like the concept of SCP, but I found I don't tend to like SCP-specific stuff, like games in particular. I think I'm happier with stuff that's like influenced by it, inspired by it. I did really like that one pixel art firefighting game that is not so secretly an SCP game. That was pretty cool. SCP adjacent. Yes, I like SCP adjacent things. Control does some really cool shit with destructible environments. Spend half my time just shooting bits off the scenery. What's that firefighting game you mentioned? Let me check. Hang on one sec. Nuclear Blaze. It's actually by one of the people that worked on Dead Cells. But yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. It's a fun little game. It's very pretty. Got some neat puzzling to do in it. And yeah, the story goes places. It's a cool one. Always a pleasure finding little things like that. Little teeny bite-sized indie games that you just have no idea where they're gonna go or anything like that. Speaking of which, let's talk about the schedule so we can start talking about the magazine. Because I feel like making some progress tonight, chat. We've been on we've been in this Japan section for so long, and we can finally shake free of it tonight. And before that, it was the Power Index for weeks. So, but tomorrow night is Sunday, and I'm actually going to be streaming. Shocking, I know. But we're going to be doing a whirlwind of a variety night. Lots and lots of indie stuff. I'll talk more about that when we actually get into it tomorrow night, but something I've been wanting to do for a while. Feeling obligated to do, really. Monday, we're back on Wood Notion. Wood Notion will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. More power hours next Thursday and Saturday, as tends to be our way. Next Friday is probably going to be... I'm thinking a wheel of some kind. I think next week it may behoove us to do a wheel of some sort. A wheel in which y'all submit things is what I'm thinking. So. I'll drop Murder of Sonic after this. I don't think you will, but curious what your favorite and least favorite characters were, since it focuses a lot on the sidecast. I think I like Tails the best. I mean, you kind of spend the most time with him, so he gets the most opportunity for characterization. But also, his characterization, like, kind of struck me the best. I liked his the most. I didn't dislike any of the characters. I felt like Blaze was underrepresented. Like, she didn't really have a whole lot to do. And she didn't pipe up as much as the other characters did. And I would have liked her to. Because she did have a distinct archetype from the other one. Tails is hilarious, so earnest, but also just so dumb, too. What's up, Justin Brett? Joker won't watch DVDs or play video games if his cat isn't sitting in his chair next to him. I find this the most relatable thing he's done in the whole game. Yeah, no, I'm actually, you might have noticed, if any of you were scrambling for the button, I have an enabled request tonight, because honestly, I'm just going to skip these three. I don't think any of them are really worth doing without some kind of fan translation. Well, I don't think Off to the Race is worth doing, period. But I don't think New Demon Island or Momotaro Densetsu are really worth checking out without knowing what's going on, and there are no fan translations for either. I checked. I couldn't find anything. So we'll talk about them real quick. And then tonight is mainly going to be the member special. I don't know how stuck we're going to get on the member special, but you know I was going to choose Off to the Races, you son of a bitch. Drinking music, yeah. Never been able to do stereograms. My eyes just crossed. I can't do them either. Sometimes I think I can see a shape in them. But the other problem for me is they're just messes of color. So even if I could see the shape, them just being like this horrible cacophony of hues makes it pretty impossible for me to make out what it's supposed to be anyway. The novelization of Quantum Break features a lot of story elements that come from pre-release that didn't get used in the final game. Goes places, really. Shame that Shinonigashima is basically unfan translatable due to the UI. On the paper, I love the concept of point-click adventure parodying Japanese mythology. Yeah. Yeah, but like you pointed out last time, the text scrolls vertically. And in Japanese, that's a perfectly normal thing to do. Like, newspapers are oriented vertically in Japan to this very day. But English, not so much. And Momotaro Densetsu is trivia. It's a trivia game. We literally would not get anywhere without being able to actually read the question. This is still, to this day, a very popular series, though. It never went away. I'm pretty sure every Nintendo console that has ever existed has had at least one Momotaro Densetsu entry, and probably several. I have Japanese friends who play this with their kids now. but not the Super NES version, the Switch version. That's wild. It is, isn't it? But, you know, it's such an incredibly specific Japanese thing, you know? Like, internationally, I think people have like, audiences have come to appreciate, you know, Japanese culture and Japanese kitsch and whatnot. But this is, you know, it's specifically a very Japanese game about Japanese trivia moving around Japan. Kind of a tough sell outside the country, I think. Like Dokapon for people that don't want to hate each other. My friend and his son have gotten a bit heated at each other over it, to be fair. Oddly, now that Dentetsus are fan-translated, the JRPG it initially spun off from is, well, JRPG versus like trivia board game. I think I can see the international appeal there. I keep thinking, why is he saying it's Dentetsu instead of Densetsu, and then looking at it, oh, it is Dentetsu! Surprise! I would just love to be a programming wizard that can solve the UI text issue. I mean, you'd either have to recode it to scroll horizontally in very small bits, or just remix the UI, which is insane. So, Lamau, the comments for Dentetsu. Well, let's go ahead and read through these, and then we can crack into the members special, and I can start letting y'all actually request games, because there are going to be some pretty big name ones tonight, and you'll know that if you've already looked at the table of contents for the special. So let's talk about New Demon Island for a second, or Shin Onigashima. New Demon Island is just one of the many Japanese folk tales that are told on the Famicom disk system. Stories are told as modern text adventures of the player using commands such as search, use, read, talk, and pick up. But the stories themselves are traditional tales with familiar characters. They appeal to players from intermediate school age on up to adults who like to retell the old legends to their children. Another appeal was that they were disc games. Disc-based games were once very popular because players could take their used discs back to the store when they tired of the story, and for around $5 have a new one saved over it. Many stores used to have the writing systems installed in new games, but they aren't as widely used as they once were because the discs hold only 1 meg of information and aren't capable of saving the newer, more complex games on the market. That's actually really interesting. That originally the disc-based game system just used the discs as general storage, and you could overwrite new games onto it. I just lucky he has an open up request. It ain't luck, it's experience. I really want to play one of those kinds of Fortune Street or Richmond games again. I assumed you'd be holding us hostage for longer. Zem, I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling optimistic. Also, we've had 12 nights of this magazine already. We probably need to forge forth if possible. Specifically, Onigashima is based on the tale of Momotaro. Having him as a shonen-style protagonist accidentally dumbassing his way another miss. Peach and I played one once and I can't remember the name of it. It's gonna drive you crazy. Oh no. The New Demon Island is from June of 1988. Number sold. I mean, according to this, 250,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. Don't expect a similar product to hit the American market anytime soon. It's not likely that North American players would go for video stories that have as much text as Demon Island has. Chat, Nintendo Power has their pulse on the gaming space. They understand just how much gamers hate to read, and how there definitely weren't any text-heavy games in or around this time. Nope, definitely not. Also, Slay the Spire is dumb and difficult, and I hate it. Actually, I love it, yeah. Slay the Spire does that to people. Yeah, it's not like they were, it's not like they were Infocom games or anything that were all text-based. Can you imagine? Dude, what's a shadow gate? Each chapter being about him dumbassing his way into the tale of the bamboo cutter, Ureshi Mataro, and another one they forget presented like interactive fighting shonen art. Released on 2 discs initially. Got GBA release. Oh! They brought it back on GBA, huh? Interesting. Final Fantasy does not exist in this universe, I presume. I mean, they probably just forgot. I mean, it's not like Final Fantasy was on the very next page or anything. Along with Dragon Quest. Let's talk about horse racing. Off to the races. Horse racing and betting on the horses is incredibly popular in Japan. If you've ever tried to read a racing forum, you know how difficult it can be to digest all the information in time to bet on the next race. Yes, children reading Nintendo Power. We've all been there. If you carry this Game Boy game to the races with you, it does the work of analyzing the information available. You input the track conditions and all of the information about each horse entered in the race. Statistics traditionally included in a racing form include how each horse has performed in recent races, including the length of the race and conditions under which it was run. It tells who the trainer is, which jockey is up, and what weight the horse will carry. Usually you'd have to read all the information and make your best guess as to what horse to bet on. With this game, you just enter the current odds, and the game will tell you what bet is most likely to pay off and send you home with cash in your pocket. Hang on. Hold up. If you're inputting the odds, why wouldn't you just go off the odds? The only drawback is entering all the necessary information takes time. The game makes its choice quickly, but you'll still have to hurry to enter all the information for the next call to post. So this is not a game. It's a utility. It is a horse betting assistance program that I am highly suspect of the value of. Devs assume you're already so bad at math you don't understand odds. They make Booby the horse versus Ass the horse in a 69 420 foot track during the hail and see who would win. I mean, yeah. I guess that's another way to look at it. It's a horse betting simulator where I assume they don't animate everything. You just put in numbers and stuff and it gives you odds. Wow, that's at the same time interesting and incredibly boring. You enter the odds and the program says put the money in a savings account. The game makes fast work of analyzing lots of information. Is somewhat tedious to enter everything it needs to know. Advanced preparation would speed things up. Players expecting a game in which horses actually race will be disappointed by a game that only handicaps. Not sure what they mean by that last bit, but I do not believe this sold 70,000 copies. I couldn't comment on this. Video games and gaming systems were incredibly ubiquitous in Japan, and horse racing was and still is really wildly popular. I do not believe it outsold Momotaro Dentetsu by 10K. Well, the other thing about Momotaro Dentetsu is there are a lot of versions of it. Like, I think there's 3 or 4 of them on the Super Famicom. And I think there were several on the NES as well. So I think with a franchise like this and the level of saturation, I think you can kind of assume that not everybody is going out and picking up every single one. It's really a horse simulator if you're not holding a bucket. I'm never going to a horse race now, ever. Like Bomberman, where everyone owns a Bomberman, but few own all of them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, straight up, I own Super Bomberman 1 and 2, and I often forget the difference between them. I very frequently cannot remember, like, which like which stages are in which game. Or yeah, like any Coconuts game. I can't imagine any single Coconuts game broke like 50K or something. There's just so goddamn many of them. And they're all the same thing, roughly. The difference is the 2 is good. I'm looking forward to getting to 2. And I'm very proud of myself for actually beating 1. Also, his numbers are faker than trickle-down economics. I mean, can't argue with that either. Like, everything in Nintendo Power is utter hearsay, so. And God only knows if an editor ever even glanced at it. And the TurboGrafx Bombermans are all combined in my memory alongside Super Bomberman. Yeah, exactly. Alright, gang. Momotaro Dentetsu. All aboard! Super Momotaro Dentetsu 2. Oh, this is the second one. This is already the second one on Super NES. So yeah, it being the second one probably hurt its sales as well. Because I imagine everybody ran out and got the first one on Super Nintendo, but the second one probably was a harder sell. It takes on a train trip across Japan. It's a race to see who can make the circuit first, and a roll of the dice determines how far you'll go. If you're lucky, you'll end up at stations marked by blue squares. As long as you're there waiting for your next roll, money keeps building in your bank account. If you land at red stations, though, you could be in trouble, because you lose money as long as you wait there. If you land at yellow station, you get to draw wild cards that can move you ahead or earn extra cash. So yeah, straight up board game shit. With this rolling of the dice, Momotaro Dentetsu has a board game feel to it. I just said that, magazine. Keep up. Board games continue to be popular here, and some, such as Monopoly and Clue, have made very successful transitions to the NES and Super NES. But we don't need to revisit that now, do we? The N64 Bombermans stick out in my mind heavily. That's because they're all very odd for Bomberman standards. Successful is debatable. I mean, somebody bought them. Considering what you're getting for that price, that's an accomplishment. All right. And with that, chat, we are now fully and officially and properly done with the Japan exclusive segment in Nintendo Power. And oh boy, what a whirlwind tour of games that was. Successful isn't it? Doesn't make your NES explode when you boot up the game. Now we have 16 pages of a members special. Now my understanding was, this is like, let me actually get my knife. Nice shiny silver ensconced magazine. Not quite. I think so. Well, I don't know. Supposedly, the members special was only in magazines sent to subscribers, because of course Nintendo Power came out at a time when you could still just pick up magazines off of the rack, or you could subscribe to them, and subscribers would sometimes get fancy stuff. The Super Power Index was the same thing. It's actually a small insert on different paper that's members only. Dare we dream about moving beyond January 1994 in the near future? No. Hope is alive. One streamer I watched his Twitch Play stuff, and he tried to do Twitch Play's Monopoly versus himself, and it was so boring that it turned into Twitch tries to exit out of Monopoly. January 1994 has been our endless 8 for how many months now? Actually, okay, do you want to know how long we've been on This is the longest we've ever been on a single issue of Nintendo Power. Part of that is because I went on vacation in the middle of it. Even beyond that, though, it's the longest we've ever been on a magazine. We started this issue while I was still playing Dark Souls. Which out of context would sound absolutely insane. We started this in May. We started this issue of Nintendo Power in May, and it is August. It's been 85 years. May what year? Compete with him going, you can do it, chat. You can stop playing Monopoly at any point and have fucking victory music in hand for them exiting out of it. A healthy 3 months. Well, the power is in your hands, chat. It always has been, it always will be. Best worst Monopoly stream I've ever seen. Probably a bit over 2 months since Japan happened. Alright, so in this member special, there are 4 sections. The first and last are definitely going to be the ones of interest. The first is the top games of 1993. I don't think we've ever spent a ton of time on the annual, like, best of list. But, I mean, this is going to be a list of extremely notable SNES, Game Boy, and NES games. If any of y'all are feeling spicy. There's going to be a section on sound and audio design. That's we might be able to wring some games out of that. There's the Stereogram special that I don't think anybody's going to give a shit about. And then a preview of games in 1994, and I know there are a couple in there that y'all are going to be kind of excited about. I like the idea of sound success. We can provide audio accompaniment somehow. Look at me. Does that seem like something I'm capable of? All right, chat, here we go. I'm turning the page, and I'm opening requests. Doing it. I'm doing it. We're here. We've arrived. Welcome to the top titles of 1993, chat. Let me get the hell out of the way. So, you know, I'll just hide down here. It's fine. Birds! Birds announce our... Last year saw the release of a slew of top-notch Super NES titles, which made it harder than ever for us to pare down the list of 1993's best games down to only 10. Star Fox started the year with the screaming blast of a streaking R-Wing when it debuted to rave reviews at the Winter CES in Las Vegas last January. And to no one's surprise, games in the Street Fighting genre carried over from 92 and continue to be big news for the Super NES. Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Mortal Kombat stood out from the huge crowd of Street Fighter wannabes. So accurate about that. Well, maybe the imitations paled in comparison to the original Clay Fighter, made our list in honorable mentions for its innovative approach to the tried and true formula. Yeah, spoiler alert, they also did an honorable mentions list for the Super NES, so it's not just 10 games. Star Fox was big. I do remember in the days of used games, when the used game market first opened up, and game stores started buying back old console games. Star Fox was as ubiquitous on those shelves as, like, Madden and Mario. Like, fucking everybody got Star Fox when it came out. And then when the used boom game hit, everybody sold their copies of Star Fox. I guess the Street Fighter hype had died down a bit by then. Yeah, Street Fighter 2 Turbo is out, but I think for obvious reasons, not nearly as many people ran out and got Turbo as got the original. I like Star Fox, but I think it peaked after the SNES games. Oh, like with Star Fox 64. I still think Star Fox 2 is a really interesting game. I think it's a real shame we didn't get that one, because it's Star Fox with kind of a an open approach to it, where you can choose your missions freely. Kind of like a mix of Star Fox and UN Squadron. Assault is probably your favorite. Which system was Assault on? I'm not a big Star Fox guy, so I'm not super familiar with the franchise. Star Fox versus the Borg, really. It's odd how Star Fox is #1 here and we never got a sequel. Yeah, I would love, hopefully, I'm hoping at some point in the magazine they talk about that. Like, why didn't Star Fox 2 make it here? Second GameCube game that was done by Namco. Interesting. Okay. I'm totally unaware of that one. Had no idea it even existed. I could not name all the Star Fox games for you. I don't know how many Star Fox games there are. Link grabbed the hotly contested top spot on the Game Boy list, and while there were fewer NES games released than in previous years, perennially popular Mega Man and Battletoads both showed up in totally new action titles that claimed spots on the NES Top 5. We listed all the games released in 1993, took a close look at the ratings they earned from Nintendo's Pro Game Evaluators, then sat down to debate the top games' merits. We considered technological advancement and innovation, as well as playability, diversity, and depth. When the dust settled, we came out of the Star Fox conference room with the definitive list of 1993's best games. All the titles that made the cut come highly recommended by Nintendo Power. Keep that in mind, chat. Every game you see on here is highly recommended by Nintendo Power. I heard Assault and I thought you were talking about that twin-stick tank arcade. The whole gimmick is half in the air shooting, has some open-ended third-person levels where you can run around and enter any vehicle you want, do dynamic ground and air fights like Battlefront. Oh, that's kind of neat. That does sound cool. So yeah, number one, Star Fox. There was no argument about which game would be named number one this year. Star Fox blew away the competition for 1993's top spot by pairing advanced technology and challenging game experience on all new outer space adventure. Use a Super FX chip, custom chip, does some stuff. Super smooth 3D animation. Smooth like butter, chat. FX chip isn't the only star in the show. It shares the bill with Fox McCloud and his lively crew of interstellar mercenary pirates hired to save Corneria from the supremely evil Emperor Andros. Congratulations, Fox. Your mission has been a resounding success. You know, it's funny. Nintendo Power pushed so much stuff about Star Fox, including the comic, that pretty much everything I know about Star Fox's story comes from outside the game. And I can't think of many games where that's actually the case for me. But yeah, Star Fox, if I think about it for a second, Star Fox within the game itself has an extremely thin story. Andros is attacking, and then you fly across the system and you blow his ass up. Everything else I know about Star Fox's story, all the shit about Fox's dad and the Lilat system and stuff, all of that comes from external influences. But yeah. Anyway, number two is Super Mario All-Stars, and this one also sold crazy good, I remember, because there were 1 billion copies of Super Mario All-Stars back in the used game days. Nintendo went from creating something completely new in Star Fox to updating its all-time most popular NES game, Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3, for play on the Super NES. Put all three on a single pack along with the Lost levels, which were previously unreleased in the US. What a value! Yeah, you get the 3 original games and you get to pound nails into your dick for free. No doubt the unprecedented Powerhouse package is to rate among the year's best. Alright, well, this has been requested. And then, like, every Nintendo developed sequel is just a reboot rehash. Hate that Zero is a reboot. A brief span of Adventures Assault Command actually went interesting places. Maybe Japanese kids are better at Mario than an American man. Entirely possible. Entirely possible. Good evening, Toast. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Wow. That song we were just listening to was from a horse racing game. Everybody freeze! By the way, what the heck is Super Mario 127? What? I have no idea. The hell are you talking about? Oh, not the Lost Levels. Jesus Christ, not the Lost Levels. Okay, so I don't know why I'm honoring this, but the specific request for this one was for me to play the game with the controller upside down. So, don't expect that to go great. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Unsurprisingly, very disorienting. One of my least favorite things in video games is, like, status effects that force you to reverse your controls. Oh, God. Oh, God. I can't get it. Oh, I got it. Okay, cool. Just me or this game looks like a fan-made one. I think it's the art style. I mean, how many people seriously, how many people actually remember All-Stars over the original versions of these games? I don't think hardly anybody does, you know? When people go back to play the original Super Mario Brothers, they play the original Super Mario Brothers. They don't play All-Stars. I feel like this was very much a product of its time, you know? Kind of bringing the original Mario games forward to the Super NES for, I would assume, new Nintendo fans that missed the NES era. But outside of that, like, unless you have specific nostalgia for this version of the game, I mean, I don't think this is gonna be anybody's preferred version of it. You prefer All-Stars, Manic? Prefer the original one for 1, All-Stars for 2, Advance for 3. The physics in these is different. Like, I think that's particularly notable. Like, none of these games handle like their originals did. Not exactly. Don't think you played Advance for 3? I actually have Super Mario Brothers 3, the Advance version. I bought it while I was in Japan. And it's neat. It does actually add some stuff to the game. Looks like Super Mario 127 is a sequel to Super Mario 63, both fan games. How long until Ninty puts a smackdown on them? I mean, if it's a ROM hack, never. Nintendo doesn't fuck around with ROM hack. Ton of optional stages incorporate stuff from Mario 2 and World, and they're an optional world. You know what? The nice thing is, Mario is straightforward enough that you can kind of just, like, hold right and just focus on, like, jumping and momentum and stuff. Do the Mario! I like the visuals in this version more. It definitely looks better. Like, there's no denying that. It's definitely a prettier version of the original game. Oh god, fuck! Okay, well, I feel pretty proud of myself that I was able to get all the way to Bowser without dying with reverse controls. 3 feels weirdly empty to me on NES without a title theme. Could just be because I grew up with it's because you grew up with the GBA port. Like all of us that were there when the game came out just kind of learned to live with it. That's just the authentic Mario 3 experience. There we go. I don't like how this Bowser looks like he's auditioning for Guar. The toads in the sacks are really funny too. That's a nice touch. Bam. Oh god. That's right, going- oh fuck! Going down pipes is backwards too. Shit, oh, okay, good. Okay, maybe I can. No, don't do that. Do not do that. Because we're keeping track of deaths in Wooden Ocean. Thank you. I hate those springs. Invincible and you still manage to die. That's what y'all show up for. Displays of skill. This shouldn't be too bad. Well, I have exactly 80,000 points. How about that? The water levels in particular are way prettier. They look so good. But they probably they probably controlled the most different from the original as well. Did you ever play the GBC version of Mario 1? No, I never had a Game Boy Color. I missed that entire system. And I've never really spent... oh, fuck. I've never really spent any time with like GBC emulation either, so... That is one of the few Nintendo libraries that I know very, very little about. Fuck. I had a Super Game Boy, which is basically just a good GBC. Wait. Oh. You mean the big Super Nintendo cartridge that you can plug Game Boy games into, right? Yeah, fun fact about that. There's actually two... Yeah, I think that's enough of that. Fun fact about the Super Game Boy. There's actually two versions of it. Both versions came out in Japan. Elsewhere in the world, countries only got one or the other. America only got the original version, which only played Game Boy and special enhanced Game Boy games. I believe the rest of the world got the other Super Game Boy, which could play Game Boy Color games. So I do have an American Super Game Boy, but it's only good for playing Game Boy games, unfortunately. GBC is neat, has one of the oddest first-party libraries in Nintendo history. Nintendo out there inexplicably getting the Bionic Commando license in 2001 to make internally developed Bionic Commandos. That is weird. That is really weird. The original Super Game Boy has the wrong crystal clock, so it runs the game slightly slower. That's interesting. I did not know that. But that sounds right. Feels correct when I think about it. Because, yeah, there's definitely a noticeable difference between playing stuff on Game Boy and playing stuff on the Super Game Boy. So you have the rounded PAL version? Yeah. They also published a game based on The Little Mermaid and a game based on Quest for Camelot, huh? Very much just to shove literally anything on their console between original Game Boy and GBA. You get the Japanese Super Game Boy 2. It's fully compatible and runs games at the correct speed. I should do that. That would be a smart thing to do. Try to remember that next time I go to Japan. Or maybe I should just tell my wife to bring one back. Force her to go to a bunch of super nerdy old game stores. Alright, number 3 on this list is Street Fighter II Turbo. Capcom followed up last year's #1 game with another street brawler that features faster movement and awesome new special combination moves that made a standout among this year's throng of pretenders to the street fighting throne. I would like to pick at that, but honestly, yeah, there's a lot of garbage in the fighting game market at this point. For the first time, all the speed, characters, moves, and options of the arcade version made it home only to the Super NES. To be fair, that Game Boy Color Bionic Commando does kind of whip ass. I mean, I'm on record as saying I kind of think the Game Boy Bionic Commando is better than the NES one. Like, it just seems like a better designed game. And then number 4. Fourth best game of 1993 on the Super Nintendo is none other than Super Empire Strikes Back. Duplicates Star Wars' 4th place showing in last year's top 10 list, but I think it's even better with more stunning special effects, more variety in the stages, and more challenge than ever. This innovative sequel takes Luke, Han Solo, and Chewbacca back to battle the dark side once again in a game that mirrors the plot of the hit movie. The actual best fighting game won't come out until later in 1994. I'm really intrigued what wasn't as good as Super Empire Strikes Back. Yes, mirrors the plot. Mirrors the plot. Because how could we all forget the sequence where Luke fights a giant building-sized swamp monster on Dagobah? Or Chewie shoots it out with all of the bounty hunters on Cloud City. Yeah, 100% accurate. It's a funhouse mirror. Forgot a huge aspect of what made games good according to journalists back then was being absurdly mean to the player to make it longer. Shame the special edition cut out the Luke Jawa massacre. Yeah. Alright, so these are all the games, chat, that are inferior to Super Empire Strikes Back. And they include Mortal Kombat, Acclaim's competition edition of its arcade blockbuster, came to home video accompanied by all the fanfare befitting a worldwide martial arts tournament. Incredible digitized graphics and exclusive handicapping option set it apart from the many other street fighting titles introduced in '93. I agree with some of these. Number 6 is The Magical Quest, starring Mickey Mouse. Mickey graced our January issue clad in his firefighter suit, one of 3 suits that gave him special powers. The suits are only part of what makes the game magical. Superior graphics and sound, as well as very trained and solid play control, add up to a game that's certainly one of 1993's best. I had never actually played this game until we got to it in the magazine. And it's a really good-looking game. Like, really, really good-looking game. It was pretty fun, too. Lost Vikings is better, and I will not hear otherwise. Lost Vikings is great. Lost Vikings has one fatal flaw. Lost Vikings has one little problem holding it back. And that is that there is no form of checkpointing whatsoever in levels. So yeah, we'll play Lost Vikings, but it's gonna go exactly the same way it went every single time we played it before. Which is, we'll have a great time until one of the Vikings dies and the level becomes unbeatable. And I don't want to go through all the rigmarole I just went to getting him back to the same place, and we do something else. Just save state, you coward. Alright, why don't I go ahead and talk about the rest of these, and then we'll do them all at once, since y'all are queuing them up. So yeah, Lost Vikings number 7. Interplay broke in the top 10 with Lost Vikings. Intriguing, innovative title. It turned the action puzzle category upside down. I wouldn't go that far. Nintendo power. The graphics and sound are first rate. Text is downright hilarious. What really makes this game great is it's such a deep and compelling play. 8 is Batman Returns. Okay. 9 is Secret of Mana. It's no secret that Squaresoft's Secret of Mana is a great game. It made November's cover. The stunning graphics, entertaining screen text, and great depth of play. Entertaining screen text is a really weird way to put that. One of the game's many innovative features is that up to 3 can play at once, each controlling one of the 3 main characters. And number 10 is Tiny Toon Adventures Bust Your Bus Loose, which we have played so many times at this point. And I always get to the train auto-scrolling section, and I always die. Over and over and over again. And then, yes, they have a list of honorable mentions, because, gosh darn it, there were just so many games that were worth your valuable dollars back in 1993. And they even split them into our favorite genres: sports, adventure/RPG, and most innovative. Under sports, they have Madden, NHL Stanley Cup, Nigel Mansell's World Championship, World Soccer 94, and WWF Royal Rumble. Adventure and/or RPG includes Aerobiz, Goof Troop, Operation Logic Bomb, 7th Saga, and Shattered. All of the titles that made the cut come highly recommended by Nintendo Power. 7th Saga. Chat. Nintendo Power is trying to subject children to the agony of 7th Saga. Didn't technically make the cut. Look, if it's on this page, if they're giving it honorable mentions, there are dozens of other games they could have put there instead of 7th Saga. But they did that. Got a 7th installment, it has to be good. And then most innovative, Alien 3. I mean, that's fair. It's kind of like a open world platformer where you take missions and you have to pathfind to the specific areas where they're done and stuff. Clay Fighter, which is certainly innovative in its presentation. Evo is bonkers, we know that. We played through that game twice. Rock and Roll Racing is definitely out there on its own in terms of racing games. Tasmania, yeah. And Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Yeah, I actually, you know what? I actually agree with this little list here. I actually agree with their choices for most innovative. Off the top of my head, I'm sure I could think of other games that probably more richly deserve to be on here. But I can't think of them at the moment, so I'm not gonna complain about this. I think Luffy would fit better than 7th fucking Saga. Flawed. Yeah, 7th Saga is agony. Like, 7th Saga is hateful. Alright, gang. Video games shall commence. Did y'all... It's funny, y'all picked 4 games off this page, and only one of them is actually from the top 10. The others are all honorable mentions. Oh, I'm gonna pick that. I think we tried playing this once before. I think. This is from the executive series. It means it has to be good. Also, this says copyright 1992, so, what the fuck? What the fuck, Nintendo Power? Is this here for the jamming tunes? Done several top mentions multiple times before. As good as Secret Man is, you won't get far with powers requests. That's very true, yeah. That is very true. So it makes sense to request stuff that hasn't been seen as much. Lost Vikings notwithstanding. This is a cool opening. It's actually a really cool opening. You're coming in a little high, though. A little high. You might want to... You're going to fade out before you go flying off the end of the runway. I love Aerobiz. Let's do scenario 2. I'm a man! Women aren't allowed to play this game. That's a shame. Wow. Problematic. Choose a city for your head office. Well, let's do LAX, the worst airport on Earth. No, we'll do Lost Vikings. It's fine. Air West? Sure, why not? Yes, this name is okay. Beginner. Idiot baby level, please. Man just means manual. Man used to be a gender neutral word. Gaming on is a bit loud, okay. President, congratulations to the new CEO. Business plan, link 22 cities. Move 2.5 million passengers and increase profits. If we're in the red for just 1 year, we're in big trouble. Well, that's not very realistic. Strive to become the world's #1 airline. Okay. Line must always go up. Map. Routes. Choose which. I don't know. Open? Where will the route originate? LA? What will be the destination city? New York? Open a new route? Yes. What type of plane will you use on the route? Distance is... okay. Okay, we have 3 kinds of plane. DC-10. How many planes do you put on the route? Yes, all of them. Delta should pay me to fly on their airlines. Can we make an airline that's worse than Spirit? Already on it, buddy. How many flights per week will there be? 5. What fare will you set? What if we make it? Probably don't want to operate a lot. I'll just leave it at $900. $900. Do you want to open a route from Los Angeles to New York? Yes! Wow, these jetliners are VTOLs. Choose which. Open another route. The route will originate in LA. And it will go to Honolulu. Yes. What type of plane? Yeah, 727. How many planes? Yes. How many flights? Oh, you can, okay, so you can have as many flights per week as the airports have slots. So we only had 5 slots at JFK, so we could only run 5 flights per week. We have 9 at Honolulu, so we could run 9 a week. This will also be $900 for some reason. Let's see. Oh, I think we gotta negotiate for to open other ones. Well, let's go ahead and use the ones we got. Make some money. Mexico City, yes. I think SPR is spare. That's how many we have. 747. I'll put 2. Yes. Do it. I do like the Mode 7 map. That's pretty cool. Alright, and LA to that place. And then I got one 727. They can have that one. That should be fine. What is this? Why is it star Ted Cruz? It's Aerobiz, buddy. We're managing an airline. We're gonna run this shit straight into the ground. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Hit. You're running the community night for August. Forgot to tell you yesterday and today. So. Oh, no, we're not closing your routes. No. That plays Vancouver like a word. Alright, what do we got? Oh, I think this is where we negotiate for more routes? Which city shall we enter negotiations with? Let's open up Tokyo. Remember purchase parts that don't fall off? That's a mistake Boeing makes. Are we negotiating Tokyo? Yes. How many slots should we request? I want 6. Negotiations may take up to 6 months. Yeah, it's fine. We'll enter negotiations at once. Perfect. Was that city in South America? We got... Let's see. So we got... Lima, Rio, and... What would that be? Oh, Buenos Aires. That's right. Sydney, Singapore, Hong Kong, Beijing, Delhi. What's Thur? Can't just stay away from the slots, huh? Great, just in time for the news about Rom shutting down. Yeah. The Holy Roman Empire. Moscow, Rome, Cairo, Nairobi? London, Paris, and... Laos? I guess let's... Oh, we can open up more in LAX. We should do that, too. Yes. Slash your request. Maybe another 6 here for now. And then you got something to, you want something to do? Let's open up one to Lima. Open up Bob Hope Airport. Go for like 4 here. Yes, enter the negotiations. All right, we're good. Airplanes. Which manufacturer will you visit? Oh, I can visit Boeing, Globus, MDC, Airbus, or Markov. Well, obviously, Boeing. Welcome to Boeing Inc. Our safety record is unsurpassed. What kind of planes do you wish to order? Holy shit, these are expensive. Sweet Jesus. Not the 737. Do they? Okay, tell me they don't all say that. Welcome to Globus Aircraft. No, they don't say fucking anything. We're like, yeah, we exist. MDC, welcome to the noble family of McDonnell Douglas Incorporated. Noble family? Welcome to Airbus Inc. We're always ahead of our time. The line about Boeing is aged like milk. Unfortunately, we can't buy Eastern Bloc planes. I think if I remember correctly, Aerobiz has actual world events, and I think once the Berlin Wall falls, we might be able to. I thought she was about to say, welcome to McDonald's Aircraft Division. This is the... Hello. Which budget do you wish to change? Let's give all of these little... What directions do you give? Alright, raise... I'm gonna raise them all. Raise... Big fries with your plane order. Alright, cool. Eastern Bloc planes would fall out of the sky, not like good trusty American planes like Boeing, a manufacturer with an unassailable track record. Marketing, what kind of promotion? Network. That is a promotion to emphasize convenience of our network. We must connect a minimum of 16 cities. Wow, Jesus, that's a lot. Route? Promotion advertise the extensiveness of our routes. Which route should we promote? Let's do LA, New York. Is this okay? Yes, this is fine. We're planning one route promotion. We can do one more. Yeah, let's do Hawaii also. Yeah, this is great. My headcanon that even executive level McDonald's employees always ask if you want fries. Choose which branch hotel. Oh, that's right. You can operate other businesses as well. You can like operate hotels and shit. This. First, open some routes. Without any routes, we have no income. Slots and airplanes are needed when a route is open. We can negotiate for slots in the individual cities, aircraft manufacturer. Ship planes 3 months after we order them. Initial costs are high to set up a new route. Let's start negotiating for slots and expand every city. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Never pushing that button again. What's this? Okay, I think that was turn. I think that was end turn. Air Brit is negotiating all over the world. Australian Air is negotiating with Mexico and Vancouver. Wow. They're gonna fly from Australia to Vancouver, I guess. Ah, so the game takes place in seasons. Alright, quarterly report. Alright, looks like we had the most passengers. That's cool. So, what's going on? Le Air, Jesus Christ. Alright, our previous quarter's management results are shown above. So we're number 2 in sales, number 3 in profits, but number 1 in passengers. We are in good shape. Keep it up. Buenos Aires will host the Olympic Games next year. Route promotion was unsuccessful. Oh, our poor sad cheerleaders. We'd better try again. Oh, our poor cheerleaders. Okay. Well, I don't think we did not promote shit. I don't think there's much of anything I can do at the moment, so, oh, I should maybe buy some more planes, actually. Buy... Those are cheap, that's funny. We're gonna need some longer range planes. Wait, what kind of planes do we have right now? Actually, I guess this is where we check it, huh? Okay, so we have 727s, 747s, and DC-10s. Actually, more DC-10s would be nice. Who makes those? There we go. Yeah, that works. Long range 3 engine plane, and it's because it's wide a body, it's got plenty of seats too. Yes. You can buy a maximum of 17 planes. How many do you wish to buy? 6. 6 planes costing $558 million. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Planes will be delivered in 3 months. Cool. Sad cheerleaders that look like they're holding disembodied butts. Alright, cool. So Australian Air has 1 city, and thus they have no routes. What's happening? Something's happening. Oh, fuck! Iran and Iraq are now at war. The 2 countries are targeting each other's oil plants. All right. Air Brit is entering more negotiations. Negotiations. Okay. Routes have connected 5 cities or previous quarters. Management is also shown above. Sales are increasing. Keep it up. 6 DC-10s were delivered. Boop, 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 boop. I can push a button to speed that shit up. We secured the right to use 6 slots in Tokyo. And 6 in Los Angeles and 4 in Lima. Perfect. Okay, cool. Alright, so, let's see here. Let's talk about routes. Let's change some of these. I mean, all these routes show is extremely profitable. So, like... I guess maybe I have too many planes on some of these routes. Planes. Okay. Alright, and now we open new routes. Route will originate in Los Angeles, and it will go to Tokyo. Yes. And we need... Alright, DC-10s. Jammed him in there. Got your question for you. How would you pronounce his name? Sequim? It looks so much like Sequin. Flights. Okay, that'll work. $2,000, man. $2,000 in 1983 money. Holy shit. LAX to Lima. Let's see. Transport announced Squim, and I outed myself as a tourist immediately when I tried to say it. There we go. There we go. I wonder if maybe my problem is I don't know the killer strats for setting fares. Like maybe I'm supposed to be setting, maybe that's why I'm not making a profit, is because I'm leaving all the fares at, because I don't know what 0% means. Anyway, let's run this and see what happens. Oh, no, I'm not closing anything. War continues. A temporary ceasefire has been called in the Iran-Iraq conflict. Oh, cool. Good. Good for them. I mean, it's narrowing. It is narrowing. And we definitely have the most passengers, so... Alright, if you'll humor me, chat, I'm gonna try one more thing before we call it quits on this one. Ooh, our sales and passengers are #1, but our profits are 3rd. We're extremely successful, we're just not making any money. Prosper being able to understand this game, I'm deeply confused about vibing the music. The music is great, yeah. The music is wonderful. All right, LA to New York. Let's talk about fares. I'm gonna raise all of our fares by $50. And we're gonna see what this does. Is there a PC version of Aerobiz, or is it console only? I think I looked it up as SNES only. Interesting, like a very interesting exclusivity for a simulator this crunchy. This one I'm gonna raise by $100. Because I mean, if you're already spending 2019-80s dollars, you can afford to spend another 100. Okay, let's see what happens now. Let it ride. Big news! It's the Middle East again. The exchange of attacks in the Middle East have worsened. That ceasefire didn't last long, did it? Okay, annual report. Alright. So we connected 7 cities, our competitors connected 3. We moved 720,000 passengers, almost double what our next closest competitor could do. And we lost $142 million. It's like IRL State Department telling every US citizen to get the fuck out of Lebanon ASAP. Alright, quarterly. Oh, okay. That helped. That helped. That evened up our operating expenses. Okay. Cool. The wording is used as the next available ticket out. Sales rank 2, profits rank 3, passengers rank 1. Sales are increasing, keep it up. Cool. Okay, so I think I'm starting to come to grips with this. If we ever do play this again, I might be able to, I might actually be able to turn a profit, chat. Not entirely outside the realm of possibility. But the more we play it, the more I like it. Certain. Worried for a friend who lives in Lebanon, the opposite end of the country where shit's happening. It's a 30-minute drive from Jed. Tiny the country is. Yeah, it is a bad situation. I don't need to tell you all that. An unnecessarily bad situation. Aerobiz is probably the first Koi console port where Koi gave a shit about making a good console port. Well, it shows. The presentation is fantastic. I always forget the opening to this. Guess we'll do a new game. My name is Eric the Swift. I can run like the wind and leap tall huts in a single bound. It's time for me, Belog, and Olaf to go hunting. Also, my son is fucking enormous. Have a nice day, honey. Sega Genesis version of Nobunaga's Ambition that I'm curious about, because from what I've seen, it leans more into Fire Emblem-esque strategy RPG gameplay. Cool. Olaf the Stout, who also has a giant bouncing boy. Block anything with my shield. Lord. And Balog the Fierce. I am the toughest Viking in the land. No one can defeat me. Yeah, but you only have one child, so you're obviously not as virile as the others. Wang. Get that meats. Needs the meats. I do really like that the intro like shows you how everything worked by example. The really good DS Nobunaga's Ambition game is a crossover with Pokemon of all things. No, I remember that. I remember when that came out. I was in Japan when that came out, and it was pretty big news. I don't know how popular it was. But yeah, that was kind of bonkers. Yeah, like alternate history Pokemon. Genuinely amazing little game. Another successful day of hunting. Life is good. I hope I never have to leave my beloved village. My hero! And I'm sure they never did, chat. They were able to simply remain happy and ensconced in their little burg. Lol, never mind. I do really like the sprite work in this game. The Vikings have the advantage of being extremely expressive. Has a ton of side campaigns that it dives even further into the what-if territory. 37 campaigns in total, Jesus. Guys, I have a bad feeling about this. Alright. Up. You can get hints if you stand next to the buzzer pressing. Whoa. Alright, can't go that way. All of us must reach the exit to escape. Press L or R to switch to my buddies. What are we doing here? I don't know. Will you guys just shut up and follow me? How dare you ask questions? How dare you wonder about this spaceship we're on? Okay. Hi. You look awfully happy. What are you? I am Aftiak. Are you the janitor? What's a janitor and how do I get out of here? You must destroy the ship's computer. This is not a ship. What is a computer? Never mind. You must find bombs to blow it up. Finally beat this place, slay the spire. Congratulations, Zem. First step on the way to greatness. I think we'll just hang out back here. Oh. Hey, I got booms. Oh, right. I know this works. I remember this. Oh, no, wait. Okay, everybody. Nyum. Nyum. Lost Vikings clones, I remember one by a claim on GBC, and they just kept rescanning with different licenses over and over and over and over and over. Okay, nothing else back there. Originally gonna be a South Park game. Some fucking how it became Mary, Kate, and Ashley. Wait, did I not turn this off? Yeah, but I did that. Why did I turn that one off? No, we did that. Does the elevator does not go up, no. No, I've tried. I've gotten past this, what the hell? Oh, that's, god damn it, that's not a wall. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. Plutonian security will be looking for you. You will only survive if you work as a team. Game Maya, the B game in Europe, despite that, still has South Park access. It's completely digitized. Oh my god, they killed Kenny. Whee! He looks so angry about levitating. I can't destroy those. That's a shame. Okay. I'd be angry too. See, he looks pretty jazzed by it. He's like, wee. This is a hell of a wooden shield if it can stop laser blasts. Master Engineer Parker asked for it to get reworked with a license because they felt uncomfortable releasing a console's primary audience was kids. Lasers are just light. Yeah, well, pretty strongly focused light if they're being used as weapons. Like, I'm pretty sure if I turn my back on one of those, it's gonna skeletonize me. Stick close to me, I will lead the way. You wouldn't know which way to lead if you had a map. If you don't stop fighting, I'm going to have to brain you both. Whenever I see lasers as weapons, I think that one scene Goldfinger. Eric the Swift is a tough head. He can bash enemies and knock down certain barriers by pressing Y while running. Ah, like this one. Oh, crap. Okay, good. That didn't kill him. Lasers like that carry heat and therefore burn the shield. That's what I would assume, yeah. That's what surprises me so. Top right teleport, stand in it, press A. Officer Stout can use his shield as a hang glider. Okay. Unlock a keyhole, the correct key must be used. This will be one of the aliens the Croutonians have all been talking about. Who are these Croutonians? Why'd they bring us here? Tomator, the evil Croutonian ruler, is collecting unique life forms to display in his gallery. Sounds like a great guy. Do not expect an invitation to dinner. Sounds like a great guy is what I tried to say. There we go. Tomato the crouton. Tomato the crouton, my Sonic OC. And then we need dude guy again. Book it, buddy. Thud. Olaf can help Eric to jump higher by letting him stand on his shield. I think that guy has a gun. Oh, and that guy, but that guy can't jump, so. Whoa. Uh-oh. I think this is like a weapon? Yeah, it's a screen clear. Cool. Ever see the runny dude run into shit? I remember seeing one of the Tales of games where you get presented with a locked room puzzle for all 15 seconds where one of your party members goes, oh, screw this, and runs in and opens it. Bash one more wall right now, my head will explode. I got dibs on his helmet. Okay, but I guess boots. It's great to have such good friends. Ah! Haha! Jovial. Hilarity. The grind is real. Alright. Uh-oh. Oop. Guess we gotta jump that. Whoop! Oh crap! Oh crap! Ah! Okay, cool. Cool, we're safe. Genuinely saddens you just how far Blizzard's fallen since their early days. Yeah. It really sucks to see what they have become. Oh, wait. He's got to hit that button, doesn't he? Which means I need the shield guy. Can I? Oh, I can. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay, okay. Now I get it. There's a free day to visit national parks. Currently reading about it in some pamphlets you took during your move. Nice. We've been meaning to visit more national parks. My dad has a senior membership to like all of them, so we can really just kind of go whenever, wherever we want. Oh, I remember this part. I think this is where I punched out last time, because this part made me really annoyed. You basically just got to run across. And then there's gonna be guys with like shooting at you. But if you stop, the reverse gravity drags you up into the ceiling where there's spikes and you die. And everything I just did in this level would mean nothing. Fucking nothing. Up like that. All right, well, that's been the Lost Vikings. $25 to visit National Park and it helps fund the forestry programs. Yeah, nice. It's a good thing. All right. Oh, I bumped table. Usually clean shop at the gift shop, so no shame from you. Hang on, I gotta unbump it. There we go. It has been debumped. Okay, I think we've actually played Operation Logic Bomb before. And it was surprisingly fun. But even now, I don't remember what it was. Put that on an exclamation point bump command. Yeah, cool opening. Very Syndicate. According to Nintendo Pirates and RPG. It could be an adventure game, alright? Could be a foot fetish game, alright? You don't know. Skelly-Mans. It's a Skelly-Mans game. No wonder I enjoyed it so much. Quentin Tarantino presents. I like the concept of a AAA game that is just foot fetish. Did we play this? Boo, go back to the feet. Yes, we did. I remember. Okay, this is an adventure game. Yeah, this is like a Soldiers of Fortune style game. One of those like Super C's top-down levels, the whole ass game. Scan mode, map data download, completed. Think Quake is a point-and-click narrative-focused RPG. It is, by some novel definitions of point-and-click, a point-and-click game. To be completely fair. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I have multiple weapons. And I can swap them. Okay, that's how you lock. Okay. I was like, I don't remember complaining about the controls in this, which meant there had to be some way to, like, lock your aiming direction, and I was right. Remind me, it's been a funny joke for YouTubers to censor their feed if they ever come up on the screen. They do some shithead pedantic gag about how Wolf 3D, Doom, and Quake are clearly dungeon crawlers. Can be arsed to go through with the bit. This is a Fester's Quest. Oh my God. It's a Fester's Quest-like. A rather popular genre from this area. Notable titles include Zombies Ate My Neighbors. To go alongside Rambovanias. Yes, Blaster Master would also be a hybrid Fester's Quest-like, since it also has vehicle sections. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember. When you beat bosses, they leave behind, like, memory cores, and you get, like, a little flashback to the plot. This is the Contra Killer, mark my words. And you realize Nintendo Power is impressed enough with this to put it on their top 10 honorable mention. Even though this, if I remember correctly, this never got an actual feature in the magazine. Sometimes I wonder how different game genres have been if titles like Wolf 3D or Metroid flopped. A world without first-person shooters would look very, very different. I imagine the genre still would have developed, but probably with, like, different sensibilities. I think when the soldier guys wanted to rebel but got killed by the boss scaring the other soldiers, yeah, they're like, So it seems like these space crabs are warping in and putting down these generators that are generating these, like, hexagonal voids. Wait, so do you not want me to go that way? Imagine there'd be less World War II shooters overall, like Medal of Honor would not be made. No, this is just playback. By proxy, Call of Duty would never happen. They're dimensional errors. Okay, so I guess I do. Oh wait, I think there was a door back here. I think I did the exact same thing last time I played this. Yeah, there's a door back here. Oh no, this! Was it this? Maybe not. Maybe it was this. Oh yeah. We gotta see the scientist transport. Alert! Whole system shift to battery power. Uh-oh. Dimensional break. Uh-oh. Alright, and then that activated the teleporter for me. Ultima Underworld and the ImSim genre can still tell if happens is made in isolation from Wolf 3D. It definitely would have looked different though. Like the ImSim genre wouldn't have looked the way it did without other FPS influences, I think. I think probably if anything, the System Shocks might have come out more RPG. Like I could imagine a version of the System Shocks that didn't have FPS combat, but had more strategic or RPG combat. What the hell is that? I can't remember if I said this the last time we played this, but I think my only complaint about this game, it feels like everything takes a million shots to kill. Like, it's cool that you have this, like, rapid-fire rifle or whatever, but you have to shoot things so many times. It feels kind of like I'm hosing them down with water until they just give up. System Shock 2, they still play, like, a non-grid-based Dungeon Master game or something? Okay, the gold guys go down a lot faster at least, but they also are a lot faster. It's not fair, you take much less than a million hits to die. And look how long I have to shoot this thing for. Bison and Zam, yeah, actually are shooting water and it takes way fewer shots to kill everything. Oh yeah, and zombies ate my neighbors, yeah. Didn't I got stuck here before, didn't I? Like, I need to shoot that thing and I can't. From South's catalog would probably be pretty different considering Kingsfield took inspiration from the first-person action games today. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Apparently the answer is you just fucking leave. And you go find the ricochet shot. actually pretty fun. Thank you, Piss Gun. Ooh, full health restore. That's helpful. Because I think I know exactly what System Shock would have been without Wolf 3D or Doom. I read dev interviews. Well, I know what they were initially going to do for those. It would have been, I shit you not, a Sonic clone. Really? No offense, but could I get somebody to corroborate that? Hey, Fendi Chris, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Howdy, howdy. Hope you're doing well. You were doing Dragon Age tonight, weren't you? How's that going? Hope you're having a good retro good time. We sure are, man. January of 1994 might never end, but at least there was a bunch of cool stuff to play during it. I never even knew about this game when I was a kid. It was honestly pretty neat. So the Facebook game's Dragon Age. Well, I'm sure that's an experience. All right. So now I can get past that part I was stuck on last time. Now that I went through all that rigmarole to get a reflect shot. There we go. Oh shit, boss time. It was rock, paper, shotgun. Aha. I think the door was the boss's area. Is a little victory lap. Oh crap. The first reference I heard to System Shock Project was somebody saying, oh yeah, we're gonna do Sonic the Hedgehog, but in space. My god. Oh. Oh, another memory core. Oh shit, looks like there's planets too. Whoa, that's pretty weird. Can't decide if that or Final Fantasy Adventure beginning development as a tennis game that accidentally went out of control and became an action RPG is funnier. I mean, you have to be really bad at designing tennis to end up like that, right? I mean, like, there was no way your heart was in tennis if that's what you ended up with. Yeah, I think you posted that before. But it is really funny. Tennis is neat, but does it have a plot? I guarantee you there's a tennis RPG out there somewhere. Sounds like the time Resident Evil 4 turned into Devil May Cry, yeah. Funny how these things work. Tennis is a love story. I like the Techno Goof too. It's a really interesting enemy. It's interesting that as it pulsates, it goes from being really globby to being like rough and mechanical. Cool. Map data. I realize I haven't been using my maps like at all. Not even a little bit. Prince of Tennis dating sims that have RPG-like matches. Man, I was really hoping we get to go down to that planet we saw. Oh, wow. Okay. There's at least one golf RPG. There we go. Am I gonna have to go get another special weapon for this or something? Maybe. It's getting a little hard to remember where I've actually been. Their character's too fat to fit in a straight core. Whoa! What happened here? Oh. Oh, I just made something happen. Games are fun, or I would put on my unpleasable critic cap. Environments could do with being more varied. Yeah, that's why I was hoping we'd go down to the planet. Wow, those guys suck. Not like me. I'm way smarter and cooler. Oh, so that thing's still here. It blew up. Oh no, I didn't mean to fucking touch it again. Shit! Can I skip these? Smarter, cooler, better fashion sense. Think you need the flamethrower, just saying. Alright. Don't touch the thing again. The music is different here. New weapon, I think. Yep, flamethrower. That was pretty straightforward. I know we accidentally touched the thing again. Please change your random color. Okay, there we go. I'm green now. Okay, let's see if I remember how to get back to that one door. Shit. I think it might have been from here? No, this is not from that put me... Oh, no, this is it. Okay, cool. Alright, you things, come here. Got him. Okay, cool. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's actually really cool. I can't say I've ever seen Mode 7 used that way. Whoa! Holy fuck! Jesus Christ. Bro, how are you supposed to dodge that? Doesn't matter, I guess. I did it. Cool, I'm back. Hi. Yes! Made it to planet! Arrival on planet success. Crab tank is weak to face tank. I really like how the flamethrower like crawls around surfaces. That's super cool. I have reprogrammed the area. Where are the health ups? I mean, I've only had 2 health recovery things, and they came from those wall terminals. Oh, I exploded. Okay, well, that's probably enough for tonight. Seems like you get 3 continues. Doesn't seem like there's there's no saving or continue there. Flames are shy, so they prefer to stick to the walls. Yeah, I know. Shut up. Yeah, it's just start. So you gotta beat this whole game in one sitting, apparently. That is a lot to ask. Yeah, congratulations, Jaleko. You made a good game. All right. Yay. I wish I had a password. Hang on. I'm gonna look up a password for anything past the first area, because I've done this first area so many times. Okay, cool. There we go. Just hit me, we're playing 30-year-old games. We sure are, buddy. We sure are. Fuck you! Fuck you! Yuck. What up? Holy smoke, look what they've done to my farm. Oh, I wish Keel Hall Pete had stayed in that whale. Oh, that's not cool. Oh, that's super not cool. I've been set on fire. Huh. You might have hacked it. Let me do that one first. If I can. Fabulous pirate, okay. All right. In honor of Pirate Pete. That's Keel Hall Pete to you. I can't figure this one out. Hang on. Okay, how about this? Which one of these is supposed to go there? Yeah, in the third slot. The left mode. I see this is rocket surgery. I'm missing something. Explain it to me. Because I'm missing something. To bear drive around the car. seems, seems particularly cruel to give Goofy of all characters this kind of puzzle. Oh, okay. 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 Kids game. Surprisingly, it is. It's a very pretty game. It's a very good-looking game. Ooh. I like the way the dudes go flying too. It is missing some sound effects though. Like, I find it weird that your grappling gun doesn't make any noise. Ow! Dickheads. Hell yeah, I got him. Oh, perfect. There we go. Oh, fuck! Fortunately, I gotta reset that one because that one got stuck. You get your ass over here. Catch me! There we go. Okay. Okay. And being able to kick puzzle blocks is a bit bullshit. Yeah. It is potentially a problem. I think you broke it already. No. No, I think I can get this. Yeah. There we go. Jesus Christ. Oh, you can pick these up. Cool. Oh my god. Pirates are real shitheads. Well done, Oddish. You were right for once. Every once in a while, those two brain cells, they just fire in sequence, and it happens. The magic happens. Unfortunately, I need a key that I don't have. Oh, Jesus. Was there another path somewhere? Oh god, maybe there was. Okay, if there's a key way back here, I don't want to go bothering getting it. So I think that's enough Goof Troop. But Goof Troop is a neat game. It is quite a solid game for what it is. So yeah. Alright, let's talk about the Game Boy and NES stuff, and then I've got a request for those, and then might be it for the night. We'll see. Summer Goof Troop is very similar to the other part we saw. Games don't have to change their gameplay up that much to be engrossing. I love the Lolo games, for example. And like the first two Lolo games, there is like basically zero variety to that. It's the exact same kind of puzzle, it just gets harder and harder and harder and harder. Goof Troop feels like that, but stitched more together into actual areas. And I can definitely appreciate that. So, oh, music. There was supposed to be music. Our friend Kirby Pinball. Our old friend Kirby Pinball Land. Alright, so the best... They only did top 5 for these. Probably, so they didn't have to dip into some real horseshit for the NES, since not many games came out for it in '93. So on Game Boy, obviously, number 1, Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening shot to the head. I thought it said shot in the head. To the head of the top 20 list as soon as it released. It was a short trip. Anticipation had the game hovering in second place even before players got to see how great it was. Many who have played it contend that Link's Game Boy Adventure is even better than his enormously popular Super NES epic. I am one of those people. I think Link's Awakening is more fun than Link to the Past. I know that belief is a bit fringe, but I'm a devotee of it. Number 2 is Mega Man 4. The mega popular mini hero returns to action with Rush, Flip Top, and Beat. And yeah. Number 3 is Darkwing Duck, which is more or less a straight port of the NES game. Number 4 is Rampart. NES version made our top 10 list for 1992, and we found 93's Game Boy version to be just as fun, especially in the fast-paced 2-player Game Link mode. I could see that being appealing. And 5 is Kirby's Goddamn Pinball Land. Kirby puts a clever twist on traditional pinball, becoming the ball and huffing and puffing around the screen. Power pinball players will like the play control and will deal with the difficulty. Got done brushing my teeth and absorbed some of the flavor of the canned onions I'd placed my toothbrush on top of. Are they diced or just whole? Just imagining. You open a can and there's just one whole onion just shoved in there. Like, eat your goddamn onion and shut the fuck up. Top of the NES list is, of course, Mega Man 6. There really wasn't that much going on the NES in 93. I mean, there's Kirby's Adventure. I would put Kirby's Adventure ahead of Mega Man 6. And, obviously, Battletoads and Double Dragon. I think it's ridiculous that Kirby's Adventure is not number 1. However, I can't really give Nintendo Power any shit for not giving the top spot to their own game. So, Mega Man's popularity has only grown since his first US release late in 1987, and so has the number of adventures he's appeared in. He has developed a loyal following that eagerly awaits each new release, and it wasn't disappointed in 93. His 6th NES adventure, in which he uses 2 new special power-ups, might just be his best. Number 2 is Battletoads and Double Dragon, the Ultimate Team. What a concept! 2 of the baddest teams ever to hit the NES star together on one pack. You play as a character from either team. It was our only NES cover for 93. Oh, that's a good point. It was, wasn't it? Kirby's Adventure. Jurassic Park. NES. I don't like NES Jurassic Park. That one kind of sucks. I've come around on SNES Jurassic Park. That's honestly a neat game with the indoor sections, the first-person section. And then Yoshi's Cookie. If you caught Dr. Mario Fever or were taken by Tetris, you won't want to miss Yoshi's Cookie. Alternatively, you might actually want to miss Yoshi's Cookie. Fast-paced puzzler with 2-player version that really cooks. Great concept, Battletoads and Double Dragon. I mean, yeah. One good beat 'em up. One extremely hyped beat 'em up. Mash them together, see what you get. Have you noticed that outside number 1, each of these barely gets a paragraph? Yeah. They probably got tired of writing at this point. I mean, for Christ's sake, look how many words were on this page, man. They are out of words. They have hit their word quota. They want to go home. They're diced onions dehydrated in a large 1-pound can. I bought them because I couldn't buy fresh onions or hardly any vegetables other than broccoli online from your local Walmart's online store. So canned onions it is. Interesting. I've never had canned onions, but I think that could be very, very handy. Depending on what you need them for. Alright, let's play some Dorkwing Duck. That is the last request I have banked at the moment. Chug them! Chug, 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 chug! Smell delicious, at least, like even more fragrant Funyuns. Oh, that's nice. That does sound quite appealing, honestly. Soon. What? Huh. That music was from an Enix game called Itadaki Street 2. I thought it was a gambling game. It looks like a gambling game. And I went looking for the Coconuts logo, but there was Enix instead. Sometimes I do not understand. What's there to understand? Chug the fucking onion. Get with the program. We want this. Meat pie for dinner. That sounds delicious. E.M. terror, what flap in night. The wind scourge that pecks at your nightmares. Him M. Darkwing Duck. Handheld meat pies are the Aussie sports food like hot dogs over there. Ah, nice. I would, look, straight up, I would take a meat pie over a hot dog. I would take a meat bun over a hot dog. I love hot dogs, but I love meat buns and meat pies much more. I want some so bad they sound delicious, but they're rare here. Imagine. Mysterious crime waves swept over the city. All of your villains are attacking at once. I think we always... Do we always start at the bridge? I don't remember. We're gonna start over here. Got an SOS call from the... Oh, good! The sewers. Yes, A button. Send my plucky ass to the sewers, please. TV Darkwing Duck. There we go. Ow! Oh wait, I didn't want that. Fuck. Is the same pilot who works for the Scrooge family? It is! Yes! You are correct. Yep, Launchpad McQuack. I think, did Darkwing started after... Good job, idiot. Darkwing started after DuckTales went off the air, I think. Yeah, Gizmo Duck's in there too. Fuck. Darkwing is Batman. Darkwing is definitely a Batman pastiche. The fun bit about Darkwing is his actual identity is just suburban dad. Like, he's got a precocious daughter who's a huge fan of Darkwing, but doesn't know he's Actually, I can't remember if she knows he's Darkwing or not. There we go. Darkwing's so Batman, they even had an episode or two-parter where Darkwing turned into an edgy Dark Knight Batman. Also, spoilers for something that, I mean, honestly, you're never gonna watch if you haven't watched it yet. But the recent-ish DuckTales revival also included Darkwing Duck. Was everything we could do Darkwing off of that? Dude, the DuckTales revival was insanely good. Like, it was pretty amazing. And it wasn't even, like, I wasn't even the one who was watching it. My girls found it on Disney Plus, and they just started watching it, and they were just, like, enthralled. They were, like, super into it. And I started watching with them, and I was like, holy shit. So, like, that's the neat part. Like, it's a really good show, even without all the nostalgia bait. But for people who watch the original DuckTales and, like, really, like Disney afternoon shows, like, there is a lot there. Yeah, I agree. I agree it was better than the original. It's incredibly well written. Wolf Duck. I like the episode where Donald Duck's voice gets fixed. He turns into a total badass, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff in that series. No, my tire! Oh, whew, that's fortunate. Why do I have to walk on a moving tire? Why doesn't it just carry me along? Stupid banana peels! Stupid flamethrower guy! I think in the NES game you can shield? Up. Up is what I was thinking. That doesn't fucking help. Thanks for nothing. Have you guys used your Duckarang? No, Darkwing's thing is he has a gas gun, and he has all kinds of, like specialized gases. Kind of like Green Arrow, in a way. Yeah, specialized gases and a grappling hook, yeah. These guys are interesting. Very 1960s Batman in that sense, yeah. Yeah, Darkwing wasn't necessarily borrowing from, like, modern 90s Batman. Like, he definitely borrowed from classic Batman, too. The music is very good, yeah. We're into Looney Tunes and Disney franchises back then. I watched pretty much all of DuckTales. I watched all of Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. I watched Tailspin. I think around the time of Darkwing Duck, I kind of started to lose interest in the Disney shows. Tailspin was a surprisingly good show. That one was pretty neat. Even an episode of Darkwing where he was a sword fighter. Oh, I thought he could jump. This fucking guy. Job well done. Yeah, I would think there's some of the shadow influence going on as well. Probably, yeah. Probably. His outfit is much more similar to the Shadow than Batman, certainly. Anyway, I think that's sufficient dark winging for tonight. So yeah, chat. What do you think? Are these fair top 10, top 5s, top 10s? Do you agree? Are you satisfied? Are you aggrieved? Needs more Darkman? Actually, funny that you mentioned the Shadow. Who remembers the weird, like, Future Shadow cartoon show that they had in the 90s? It's like Shadow 2035 or something. And I think it was done by the guy or some of the people that did Eon Flux, because that had a very similar art style, except it was a children's show, ostensibly. Yeah, this is the song from Itadaki Street 2, called Solution of Tears. Dude, I gotta show you this. I have no idea what this game is, but it's got kind of a crazy box. Here, check that out. I am talking about Phantom. Yes, there wasn't a Future Shadow one. No, there was a Shadow movie, wasn't there, with like Alec Baldwin, I think. Yeah, that's why I was thinking about it. Because yeah, the Future Phantom got an SNES game. I never played it, but yeah, I heard it was awful. I love that. I love how vague it is. There was a Shadow movie with a Baldwin. and there was a Phantom movie with Billy Zane. Man, the 90s were a wild time. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird in the 90s how hard they were trying to push like comic book movies without really focusing on like the major franchises? Also did a Shadow-inspired issue of Planetary, which is a comic series I cannot recommend enough. Planetary is probably my favorite comic series. Like, period. The funny thing is I never finished collecting it. I think I missed the last 2 volumes, but and it was better that way. Hey, the Marvel stuff was very exciting for a time. They just very obviously oversaturated. Like, I feel like Marvel's mistake is so obvious, and yet they just refuse to accept it. Read some trades of the Phantom. That series is so weird. Last volume took forever to come out because Ellis just took forever to finish. Like, no, he was doing a bunch of other stuff too at the time, if I remember correctly. Yeah, no, that volume came out years after the other one. I remember I never got it, but I think I downloaded it or something. So I know how the story ends. But no, I just love the concept. I love the concept of like an independently funded team who goes out and chronicles all the like weird, supernatural, atypical stuff in the world and like compiles a compendium of it. And it ends up being this giant love letter to like Pulp Fiction, sci-fi, and all kinds of stuff. His hard drive died with all his manuscripts, which is why a bunch of his series he was writing all died at once. Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. How about that? Damn. Damn, chat. Anyway, we're right at the end of the evening, so I don't think I'll be fielding any more requests. So let me shut those down. Let me show you what we're gonna be doing next time. And then I think we'll sign off. Just saying, Marvel Comics is about to collapse in the 90s, but Capcom was able to buy the license and make Marvel vs. Capcom for a reason. Yet there was a decision to recreate comics in movie form with all the comics flaws included. So this is what we're doing next time. We're gonna start here with sound success. There's a lot of words here. I can't promise you I'm going to read them all because I can't imagine this is very exciting reading. There is one thing you may want to take note of. Just because it's you. And it's this. So, look forward to that on Thursday. Shut up! I guess in a weird sort of way, this little sidebar is about how we got that sound clip. Bubsy shit out the earth. Now there's a fitting creation myth. I'd rather chug my dehydrated onions dry. Hey, don't impugn your dehydrated onions. That might be a better experience than you think. So. Anyway, chat, I think that's going to do it for the Power Hours for tonight. Should be a pretty clear shot. Okay. There's going to be this. And I believe there's 4 pages of this feature. And then after that is going to be a preview of some stuff coming up in 94. Some of those I think y'all will be very interested in. So Thursday might start out on a sour note, but it may very well end on a much better one. Keep that in mind. So anyway, schedule. Biggest thing about the schedule. Tomorrow night I am streaming. I am going to stream on Sunday. What is this song? This song is... This is from Super Adventure Island 2, which I am honestly very excited to get to because it is a very different game from the other Adventure Islands. Yeah. Well, I mean, Super Adventure Island 1 had really good music, so it makes sense that the second one would as well. And the second one's kind of crazy. I have wanted to play that game for a long time. I hope it's good. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm always happy to let you know what's playing. In fact, you know what? Since we're here, I'll just go ahead and link you this playlist. I mean, it's another one of the James York ones. It's SNES and Chill number 2. But I mean, you can never have too many playlists, especially when it's got burbs and jungle sounds on it. So, I am streaming tomorrow night. If you like variety, if you like indie variety, tomorrow night is your night. Monday, we're going to be back on Wooden Ocean. That weird bullshit, we're going to be playing that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, we'll be right back here. What could possibly go wrong, right? And then I am tentatively planning a wheel of some sort. A wheel requiring some kind of submission next week. So keep an eye out for that. Additional Power Hours a week tonight. And then I'll go ahead and mention, I think, assuming I stream next Sunday as well, that's going to be our streamiversary. Before we go, apparently a French pole vaulter lost because his dick pushed out. Yes! Oh my god, I saw that, yeah. Dude lost at pole vaulting, but man, won at everything else. Oh man. First world problem. Seriously. Anyway, gang, let me go find somebody raid. Go see who's up. And I believe tonight... Oh, hey! Bassie's up. I feel like I haven't seen Bassie in a hot minute. They are playing... Looks like Ratchet and Clank? I know y'all have spoken favorably of Ratchet and or Clank. Let's go hang out with them, shall we? Anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for some actual, genuine progress through the magazine. It was only a couple pages, but, you know, we're still getting there. Progress is being made. Eventually, I feel like I can see the light at the end of this tunnel. It's still just a tiny pinprick, just a little twinkle on the very horizon of this dark cave of gaming. But we'll get there eventually, I'm sure. So, thanks for joining for this, and hopefully I will see you all tomorrow night for a very rare and special Sunday night stream. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.